Hey guys, in this video, I'm going to show you how much your idea may be worth. Now, I can't guarantee how much you'll make on your idea, but I'm going to go through several ranges of royalties and what that could mean for your idea if you get your idea out there into the market. Now, I can't guarantee exactly how much you'll make on it, but I can guarantee 100% that if you leave it in your head, if you leave it in your garage, if you don't do anything with it, I can guarantee you 100% that you'll make zero on it. So in this video, I'm going to explain royalties and how they work and how we get paid as inventors.
Okay, so today I'm going to go through something called a royalty calculation sheet. And this is one of the tools that you'll find in the course. Once you get into the course, you'll be able to learn more about how to do this, and it will go through your particular actual numbers. And let's talk about what a royalty is. Royalties are what you receive. Royalty is a check that you receive from your partnering manufacturer. And then what happens is every time they sell your product into, say, a Walmart, a Target, a Home Depot, any of those kind of AutoZone, whatever the store is, whenever they sell it into that store, they sell it for what is called a wholesale price. And they have a royalty that is set in your licensing agreement. You will set a particular royalty rate. Now, a royalty can go anywhere from 1% to I've seen up to 10%. And so I'm going to give you several examples of what that could look like so that you can understand what your idea is worth. You've been sitting on this idea. You've been praying for a breakthrough. You've been praying for finances. God gave you an idea. You haven't done anything with it. So I'm going to put it on paper for you. I'm going to make it clear to you today what your idea could be worth. Now, of course, there's no guarantees. There's no guarantees that your idea is going to get a deal. There's no guarantees you're going to make these rates. All of that depends on a lot of factors. So, but there is 100% guarantee that you will not make any of this, that you won't make a dime if you keep your idea locked up in your head, or if you keep your product that you've already developed, already made, and is sitting in your garage. There's 100% guarantee that you'll make zero. So why don't you give it a shot? So I want you to understand royalty rates, because there is some controversy. Some people say, I want to make the product myself. I want to develop it myself. I want to manufacture it myself. I want to take all the risk, and I want to make 100% of the profit. Now, if that's you, that is great. I like royalties because royalties are risk-free, number one, because the manufacturer that you partner with takes all the risk. And number two, royalties are passive income. So while I'm getting paid every quarter on one idea, I can be developing another idea. I don't have to do anything. Once I sign a deal with a manufacturer, he does all the work. So that's why I like royalties. But let's see what your idea could be worth. So I'm just going to use a general example for this video. Let's just say your manufacturer, your partner manufacturer, your licensee got a deal with you, and he got your idea, your product, now your widget. Let's say you made a widget, just general, and he got it in the Walmart store. The parts that are in color are the parts that you're going to fill out, and certainly we go into more detail in the course, but just a brief overview. And the ones that are plain, the sheet will calculate for you. So Walmart has 4,300 stores. If you were using Home Depot, you would fill in, say, 2248. How many stores does that outlet have? So Walmart has 4,300 stores. We're just going to use Walmart for this example. We're going to use a $5 wholesale price for this example. Wholesale price is the price that you sell it to Walmart for, or your manufacturer will sell it to Walmart for. It might be $19.99 on the retail, but how much are you selling it to Walmart? So let's just say wholesale price is just $5 for this example. Now, royalty rates, they can go anywhere from 1% to 10%. Mine was 7%, so I'm using that as one example here. 5% is the average, so I'm using that for an example here. 3% is, I've seen people get 3% and 2%. 2% is most likely going to be the amount that you would get if you are working with As Seen on TV company and they get distribution. We're going to use the example 7% for this one, 5%, which is an average, 3%, another average. I've seen a lot of people get that. And 2%, this example is if your product was licensed to one of the As Seen on TV companies, which we get into more detail in the course. All right, so it'll fill out your royalty rates, and it really doesn't look like much, but I'm going to show you at the end what this could really be. If you got a 5% royalty, you get 25 cents per unit. If you got a 3% royalty, you get 15 cents per unit. If you got 2% royalty, you get 10 cents per unit. Now, that does not seem like much per unit, but wait until you look at the volume that you could possibly get and see how this turns out. So let's look at this. We're looking at 4,300 stores of Walmart's. You just got distribution in Walmart. That's all we're talking about right now. You got a 7% royalty rate and you sell one per week. For this example, we're going to use one per week. And you have a 7% royalty. You're only selling one per week, just one per week in Walmart. That means 4,300 units. And let's look at what that could be for you. I'm going to skip over to your royalty rate per week. Now, with royalties, they typically are per quarter. So this is a weekly rate of $1,500. That's how much you'd be making per week. And you have to figure your royalty rate is going to be a quarterly amount that they will pay you. But overall, over the year, in passive income on one unit sold per week, just one, in all the Walmart stores, we're looking at $78,260 for you in royalties. Now, if you have a product that's in your garage, if you have a product that you made yourself and you're trying to sell it on Amazon or you're trying to sell it to your friends, are you making at least $78,000 per year with your idea? Now, so that's why I like royalties. I like because it's passive income that you would be receiving. So that is, and that's just one store. We haven't talked about the other stores. Maybe it's in Home Depot and you're getting another 2,200. Maybe it's in Toys R Us. Maybe it's in, maybe it could be a total of 10,000 stores. Who knows what your distribution rate would be, but I'm showing you just the bare minimum what it could be. And that's at 7%. Now, let's just say your royalty rate is 5%, still in 4,300 Walmart stores. You're selling two per week. Let's just say in this case, you're selling two per week. Let's look and see what your income would be. I don't know your idea. I don't know how popular it is or how it would be. But if you're selling two per week with a 5% royalty rate, now we're looking at 111,800 per year in royalties. And that's a check that just comes to you every quarter based on sales just in Walmart. Now, what happens with a manufacturer, though, a manufacturer is not going to just give you royalty rates for Walmart. They're going to give you the Walmarts, wherever they are, the Targets, the Bed Bath & Beyonds, Home Depot, AutoZone, whatever store you have distribution in, and usually it's multiple stores, they're going to add all of these together. So it could be a total of 10,000 stores. It could be 20,000 stores total. But this is, if it was just in Walmart and just selling two per week, that's what you could be looking at. Now let's look at this last example I'm going to show you today for this quick demonstration. The same thing, 4,300 stores, $5 wholesale, this time 2%, because this example, we're talking about As Seen on TV. Now, As Seen on TV, licensing with them is a little different. It's a little tricky, but we go through how that happens and how that looks more in detail in the course. But typically, you're going to be looking at 2%. 2 to 3% with them. But here's the deal. With them, you're going to be looking at probably 100 per week, maybe 1,000 per week, because of all of the television exposure. They generally get quick, easy distribution into multiple stores. So you could be looking at 10,000 stores easily, with as seen on TV, from Walmart to all the other stores that they have distribution in, maybe CVS, whatever stores. But so we're going to bump this number up to about 100 per week, which is still, for as seen on TV, a conservative number. And let's go to our royalty checks per year. Now we're looking at 2,236,000. Okay. And that is at a 2% royalty rate. So this is this is no guarantee. This is just an idea for you to look at, to see what you're missing by sitting on your idea all this time. And so this is, and certainly any of these could be a lot more, just say, make this 10. If you were selling 10 units, you had a really popular item, you're selling 10 per week, then we're looking at 782,000. So these numbers will vary, and this chart is in the course. So you will get the chart. You can get the chart, the calculation, royalty. You can get the royalty calculation sheet in the back in the course, and you can put your own numbers in and play around with your percentages and see what your potential could be. So that's what I teach people. I teach people how to cash in on your product ideas, how to dust off those ideas, how to dust off the product that's in your garage and get it out into market. And my strategy is quick to market. We teach you how to develop, protect, market, and launch.
And in the description, I'm going to post a link so you can learn more about how to get your idea out of your head and into the marketplace, out of your garage and into the stores. Into the stores where you can help millions of people with your idea, and where you could possibly change the trajectory of your life and for generations to come. Remember, decisions have momentum. It may be time for you to launch out into the deep for a big catch.